I'm gonna say here, Hodrux, it's still not an impressive win that I was hoping for, but it would be enough to escape the bottom three.
I don't care, dude. I mean, a win's a win. Thank goodness. Oh, I was sweating bullets. I was getting a lot of flashbacks. To the finals, I was like, there's no way Tianba does it. Yeah, 17 points. That's gonna be good enough, right, for sure, to put them in the survival stage. And at the last second, I mean, we only got.
Gameplay-wise, is not the most impressive, but a win is a win, Hodrux. I cannot argue with that logic. But here you can look at the terrain. SGG was struggling, losing a lot of their forces in the process, down to just HamCG, and he almost got it, right? That jump shot trying to escape from the blue zone, but unfortunately, Eagle went caca and got it done. I was waiting for that.
There we go.
But going back to Tianba, I mean, yeah, a win's a win. The points, it's something that they definitely needed to stay off those bottom three. And I can't wait to see what those bottom three are going to be looking like. And for some reason, you have been missing out when we talked about the format. Let me give you a quick little format reminder as we are going to be heading into the final game of Group B for PMWC at EWC 26. Top 5 will go directly to the finals. Bottom 3, Krish, Keith, Crush. And in between, everybody gets a chance to go to survival, which it's not going to be tomorrow. It's going to be the day after that. So make sure you guys put that on your calendar. And for some of those squads, what are we expecting to see, Hot Jukes, out of this squads? You're saying we're pretty much expecting no pressure on them because they have to go take it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the last game, right? One game left to put yourself in the finals. You really have to do so because there are some serious squads going to that survival stage. I mean, yeah, Tianba, rough day or rough 2 days, right? But we know what they can do. Come survival stage, they could look like an entire new monster. So S2G, it's so good to see them right there. I think there's a lot of weight on their shoulders, but you got to be able to get the clutch done. That's what it's all about. You got to adapt.
Yeah, for S2G, we need to see them possibly end up coming out with the win. I would love to take a look at the overall. To see how close everything is, because today we have seen everything between these teams. I mean, it's been crazy how much the leaderboard has been changing. This bunch of points has been going all over the place, and there you go. Now we actually get a chance to see the overall, and you can tell from 7th place all the way to 2nd place, it's just 10 points that separate the squads.
Oh my goodness, 1 point difference between Godlike Esports and just below them S2G that's been having the comeback of the years so far, without a single chicken dinner, pulling kind of a 4th Thrives at this point. But they got so many strong finishes, right? Rondo, 2nd place, going into a wrangle. They got a 2nd place, they got a podium. And right here in this game, they get himself another 2nd place. But I do agree. I feel like we need to see a win if they want to comfortably make it in, because do keep in mind, they got no chicken dinners. If it ends in a tie, Godlike or Horror Esports would end up overtaking S2G's spot.
No, it's true. And we have seen multiple ties like this all day long. I think we had one between Arena and Horror. We had it between now Godlike and Horror as well. There's been so many ties in the top 5. You absolutely need to get that win under your belt. And S2G, luckily for them, they are a Miramar squad typically. So this last game being a Miramar is exactly what they need.
And here on the bottom 3, you can tell TT Project, ETSH only being separated by just 1 point. Dopeness, Hustler Crew. I mean, Hustler Crew, I'm sorry that I'm going to be saying this, but we just haven't seen a single damn thing about you today. I think they ended up maybe getting a total of 14 points, if I'm not mistaken, after this 4 matches. So I don't expect them to do much. But for Dopeness, for ETSH Esports, they are within that striking distance to TT Project, Hot Jukes. Just 1 point can push them outside of just going home and staying a little bit longer here at PMWC at EWC 26.
And that little bit longer is so critical, right? Because you're going to have a whole fresh start to just make it into that top 6. But right now, this is the time, guys. You've got to be able to lock it down. The one thing I really worry about when it comes to these kind of situations is a lot of teams get into their own head. They're thinking, man, I just got to get 1 point. Maybe we just play super passive, do something different here. And that's not what got them here in the first place. So you have to just wipe off that anxiety, stay calm, stay collected, play the game you know that you could do, and make the best plays possible and make it to that next stage.
And if any team's going to do it, honestly, you know, talking about that mentality, talking about that pressure, it's going to be Nongshim. They've fallen out of the top 5. But I will tell you what, They are the one team in all of this lobby that I really feel will not crack under pressure. Hello.
While you guys were talking, I had that graphic up. I was able to find none other than Killer Joe from Go Gaming, a team that was able to get 8th place in Group A. Killer Joe, you're currently getting a chance to watch all the teams here at Group B. You're going to be going to Survival. What has surprised you besides Vitality?
Vitality, give him a trophy now.
No, not yet. You still have a fighting chance. Come on. Last year at PMWC, we actually got a chance to see the winning team come out of Survival. It could end up happening again here. What are you guys going to be looking to change, if anything, going into Survival? Because it is going to be top 6. Moving on.
We will change maybe more practice, more changing like positions of the game. Obviously, we have big problems in the first group because we just no focus, but trying to fight to get consistent. See you guys at the finals, I hope.
You got a chance to play Group A. You're getting a chance to see here Group B. There's been a lot of questions between everybody saying, which one is the group of death, okay? I want you to look at that camera and tell me which one is the group of death. Group A and Group B, and why?
Only Group A, because Vitality is crash everyone. Looks like they both won by one head of different team. I don't know, maybe it's I don't know how to explain this this game. Maybe they play by fun.
They're just playing on a completely different level. That's what's currently going on with Vitality. Even when they're slowing down here in the second day, they're still out fragging everybody else. Thank you, Killer Joe from GOAT Team. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to be doing in Survival. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of changes. Top 6, I think it's doable. But let's see what Barney and Luti are currently up to.
So. This is the thing, right? For those of you at home who are watching this incredible event, you may not be feeling the atmosphere here at PMWC, but we do have quite a bit of crowd presence. And before we go into our final match of Group B, let's test it out, shall we? Alpha 7, Fasan Barulho!
Not like it, I prepare here, bro. All right, sport. One more game. It's now for Nepal. It is now.
We saved the best till last. Godlike, let me hear you roar! Absolutely electric here to close out this group, to close the group stages. Group B now with their last opportunity to put points on the board and to make history, to jump forwards into the finals or to get through to the survival stage.
I think the most incredible thing is just the fans that we have here with us during both Group A and Group B. Dude, we're not even in the finals yet, and there's such representation for multiple teams across the board. However, there are some teams that we do need to focus in on. We've got Wolves, Dopeners, TT Project. We've got a lot of squads that are on the cusp of getting through and into the survival stage right now, or losing it all and going home right here in Group B. TT Project filled with some fantastic players, some fantastic veterans as well of the game. But still have a little bit further to go now.
If they close it down now, they would be in, but it's just so... I got that right? TT Project, they're in, I believe. I'll have to double check on the tables when they pop up. But yeah, it's very, very close around that bubble. A lot of teams could change things around. For Etch, it feels like they have been sort of in and out, but not really showing us anything. And I think it's the same for TT Project, right? It's been these sort of always a team that's like, well, they could do quite well, but they're just not. They're just not quite there yet. So they've got one more chance to get there and give themselves that opportunity in the survival stage.
And to do that, we have one last man coming right at you very, very shortly. All our players getting ready to go now to jump into game. 5 seconds away from the conclusion of Group B here in map number 6, John.
Oh, we're right at the end of the road now. There is no other opportunity to make your mark here in the group stages. Over Miramar for the last time, and maybe for once, Blank, we are on for a kinder plain path than we've seen before. It looks like it's going fairly close from the southwest side. Oh, okay, yeah. So actually a lot kinder than the most we have seen from the Middle West over towards Campo Militar and sending across the north side a little bit on this one, but very accessible to the majority of this map.
Yeah, it's actually quite a nice playing map here because you're going to be able to get over towards all the vehicles on the eastern coast here, wrap back down towards Impala, Puerto Paraiso if you need to go that way. El Pozo's open immediately, as is Montenuevo, Power Grid, Picado, San Martin. There's lots of things you can do with this one. So I think a lot of teams are going to have a bit of an easier time going forward. We still haven't changed our top players. They're all in Team Vitality. That's never going to change at all. Neither is the damage numbers. Okay.
It might go up.
It might go up, but yeah, it's the players are not changing. Vitality has just had an absolute field day here in Group B, and we do have to congratulate them again. This has been a wonderful performance. We are going back to the past once again. BTR, when they were just so strong, but we're bringing the modern era of Indonesia. It's good to see, and that Indo pride is back in full force. We are heading over towards El Azahar right now. S2G get themselves a central position. Last time they fought out from El Azahar to get a better spot down towards the circle in Chumacera. We're able to get a second place off the back of this one. This time around, they don't have to move half as far at all. So let's see what S2G can do. Can they get back up into that top 5? Because right now, Godlike are beating them by 1 point.
And they are also right next door to them as well, in that central location in the map. Godlike west of El Azahar right now, looking to try and keep themselves in the top 5. They are our bubble team right now, tied with Horror, but losing that tiebreaker as it stands. On placement points alone, I believe, is the tiebreaker between these two rosters, both with a chicken dinner under their belt. And Horror have to move from La Cobraria. It's a fairly accessible rotate, but still pretty fraught with danger, especially given that there's actually 2 teams up on the northeast side near Torre Hamada, near Campo Militar. So maybe they're going to need to try and find a lucky spin over towards the circle, just like you guys can find a lucky spin in game right now. Make sure you're heading into the game to draw for an exclusive set for the PMWC, making sure you're looking fine, fresh, and ready for battle, as many of our players are today and for the rest of this tournament. Back on board with TT Project split near Chumacera. They are again in the hot seat when it comes to elimination.
It's a very, very fun final map. Here we have 1 point sits between 6th and 5th, and 1 point sits between 13th and 14th. One of those is a little bit more consequential than the others, because one means you go to the finals or survival stage. One means you go to survival stage or you go home. And I think right now, if I was TT Project, I'd be looking to try and get some more consistent points on the board. It's a difficult thing to try and figure out at the end of the day of whether to try and play aggressive, try and get a lot of points early and risk going out and opening up that door for other teams underneath you. But I think the best you can do is just try and play with consistency going into these final games. Very, very difficult to do. And honestly, with some of the strong teams that are going to be in your path over towards that northeast side for TT Project, I think playing a slow game is maybe the better decision.
A couple of points can be make or break, but there is always that flip side of like, well, what if Dopeness just pull out a 20 Elim chicken dinner out of nowhere, right? Maybe we should have done a little bit more to try and stop them, but I don't think you can trade on that. When you have so many teams in the mix, I think you're definitely right. That's a nice little pickup for Godlike, though. Not so nice for Hustler Crew, but like the Desk said, we really haven't seen anything from them during these group stages. But it's brilliant news for Godlike to just get a little bit further ahead of Horror and break that tie, put themselves up in 4th now.
Yeah, I'm putting Horror in the hot seat versus S2G. Like I say, Horror moving across from La Cobraria, they can get a pretty early rotate over. They may have to contend with Vitality in the near future, though, and that is a terrifying prospect. But for Godlike, actually, I don't mind what they're going for. If they swung back in towards Impala and tried to finish off Hustler Crew, I mean, it's cheeky, but it does work. And it would be a way to guarantee some elimination points. I mean, like you say, Hustler Crew, since those finals, the first 2 days of finals of Western Europe, we just have not really seen anything else from this team.
I mean, I'm just slightly perplexed as to why Godlike did leave right in the middle of the circle and go to Los Leones, given where the circle did pop. Because if you remember, they dropped next to S2G. So it is a big flex out. It's looting time, I guess, down in Los Leones, and that's where they want to go. That's where they are going to earn a point for it. You said you didn't mind if they were going to flex back to Impala. I feel like they could have committed to Impala potentially, but no. And now Los Leones looting up on the northern side. Horror are making their way in past water treatment.
Well, forgot that they've already cleared out one player from Hustler Crew. They know the team they're going up against as well, so honestly, they could just swing back over towards the eastern coast, know that they might run back into Hustler Crew at some point in the future, feel fairly confident about winning that fight versus them, which is an extra 3 points in their bag, but also more space on the map. Tiamba getting very, very close to dopeness here. This could be the end for one. Tiamba on top right now. Matika underneath. Speaker on his way.
Squad one. QZ with the shots, but not quite connecting there. That high ground is available. He's got the Mini 14 as well. Tiamba, with the chicken dinner that they were able to find in the match just previous, are now a lot safer ahead of that bubble. Currently 13 points ahead of 13th place. And for multiple teams to be able to jump that gap, it's going to take something quite big to make that one happen. So for Tiamba, I think they certainly are going to want to play this one slow.
Terrible spot to play with right now. Eagle, oh, it's just too easy. A couple of shots could ring out. The M249 tears through Matika. For Tiamba, any extra points is nice, but already two of our teams at risk of going home right now have lost one player. We always say how hard Miramar gets when you lose players in those first 10 minutes of the game. A lot of times you can't take the same angles you wanted before. For dopeness, they're sat out in the open. Even though going against Godlike, they lose one. A piece, really.
Nobody is close enough to really go for this fight. Both teams now are going to have to send in, and TT Project are pushing in from the southwest side past Los Leones. An immediate response coming through, and Godlike will be first on the scene. That you can get the res here, and it looks like a no commitment from Ida. They're going to give up on that one. They know what is at stake, and another point for Godlike sees them one step closer, and taking a player away from Ida is a great result for them. It's a target team. They can push past very easily.
You know what I do like? I like that we had the camera on S-Power. My guy is smiling. He's having a good time in these games. I mean, for Godlike, they have a great opportunity right now to sit themselves up towards that top 5, go straight towards the finals. I mean, it is quite an awesome turnaround, seeing OG as well as Godlike up there representing. I took 1 year to do it as well. It's kind of mind-boggling, honestly, but fair play. Fantastic stuff. It has just been clutch after clutch, play after play. I can't respect it enough. Anyway, we are moving down towards the south side. Ida, like you say, they just gave up on it in preference of a better spot inside the circle as a 3-man, which is tough. Wolves, they're not out of the woods just yet. They're on 41 points. But with both Dopeness and Hustler Crew going down to 3 players, I think Wolves are a little bit more set than we might expect.
Etch, the most flexible team in terms of trying to get through. Unfortunately for Etch, they have all 4 of their players up on the north side behind Vitality, who, as we know, are really good at this video game and will make it very, very hard for them to push past on the northern edge. Pastelas are hard as well, which is a difficult area to navigate around. They might have to send through the town if they don't want to go straight past Vitality on that northern side. So a difficult approach for Etch to try and survive in this tournament blank, to get out of that zone where you get your key crushed at the end of the day. 7-2-1 trying to play center. And S2G can't quite keep them at bay with more than a knock. Not just yet. They haven't managed to get rid of them.
S2G suit and boot here. They've got a lot of supplies to work with, already opening up over towards GS now. Some good damage in. Malik will go down the back lines. Lost adds a point to the tally here.
7-2-1.
GS is crumbling.
Not really providing too much resistance here. Kamikaze stepping forwards and S2G now drawing level. And remember, they lose that tiebreaker due to lack of chicken dinner, but they bring the firepower instead. They'll get another point to add to the tally, and they are now in the top 5 for the time being. Horror needing to try and catch up in the meantime. S2G want to add even more of a buffer. They have the potential here to jump up all the way to second with a clean fight.
More util sent out. Solke spots the jump out, takes a little bit of damage, but there's 2 players now to contend against, but the smoke is making it difficult. Solke opts to pull the pin. Molotov over the top. He might just cook this one. Go for the airburst around the side. It's good. Great damage. Can't quite get his shoulder around the corner, though.
Third party descends on the fight. Dopeness out of nowhere to backstop this, and they want to get really stuck in. They want to try and extract value from these fights. They've already got an elimination on side, and they are on 3 players. It's a bit of a do or die play, but I feel like if you're going to make one, now is the time to do it. Right in the middle, right in the truck stop. Try and survive as long as you can. And 3 players across the way makes S2G a little bit more timorous here. I think rightly so.
For S2G, though, the points are coming to them. These are teams that are not playing up to scratch right now. For GS, they fell fairly quickly up against S2G, who have been showing a very different style of gunpowder than they have in the past. Like I said before, it feels like finally S2G have found their footing now. Looked decent at points yesterday. Were able to swing back into the driving seat. Down to the smoke, quick loop. Get some more of that utility online. They're not taking any chances either, John.
Absolutely not. Can't afford to. The circle did center up on truck stop as well, so if S2G can clear things out here in the next minute or 2, it could get better for them, or it could get much worse, because EDA have now stepped 2 behind. They've scouted it out. They know there's a team here now, and they're looking to move the rest of them in to play. And S2G just can't catch a break, trying to clear this one out, clear the last player from 721 GS. And they will make it harder and harder. Meanwhile, the hills to the west are going to start to get occupied. Tiamba moving in to try and get some oversight on it. Try and make an impact.
This is a bit more of a spread than we used to from Tiamba as well. They're looking for more and more value on the map. They must feel a lot more comfortable coming into this game with 48 points. Will be hard to overlap that. Definitely doable, but will take quite a few things to line up, if I'm quite honest. But once again, it's S2G here looking for Miramar miracles.
Right in the middle of the map, Alpha 7 and Horror towards El Azahar. At the moment, Horror just have such brutal oversight onto Alpha 7's position. You've got Nuts up on the high ground out on the northwest side of El Azahar, and he's kind of the only operative with a chance to shut down an angle for Horror, because right now the rest of them trying to run through the town, trying to get anything done. Meanwhile, over on the east side, TT Project going to try and crash in towards Vitality, and they have opened an opportunity there, taking down one of the players. And remember, 13th place is not comfortable. TT want to jump up higher. They could push the Wolves into that hot seat too. There is so much at stake here.
I mean, for TT Project, to qualify by taking down the #1 squad would be quite an amusing feat. See if they can pull it off. Right now, Vitality do go down to 3 here. They have been playing all cylinders firing this entire time. At some point, they do have to start feeling that lactic acid. But again, it has just been marvelous. But TT Project, that initial pickoff does give them a little bit more space to work with on that northeast side. They can even pick up some of the high ground, start to swing their way through on that ridge. But it does open up to sightlines from Alpha 7, who do now need to move.
There's so many teams who have been circling this circle for quite a while. Nongshim Red Force have been playing out all the way from the northwest side. They've been in the blue zone for ages, and they're just crashing into a fight potentially with Yangon Galacticos. Godlike as well, disengaged from the Wolves, and they've moved in behind Hustler Crew, who you said they know are diminished in power, and they could try and punch a hole through. With Vinny already down, there is a weakness. There's blood in the water for Godlike to try and strike.
And Godlike move up, it's almost poetic how it's all happening as we expected it to. Vinny goes down to Manya. And again, perfect plans laid in motion by Godlike, now being executed on them. The blueprint being followed to a T.
Beautiful stuff, but they still have to keep going a little bit more pacey. Yangon Galacticos reinforcing the south side against this Godlike push. Sure, Hustler Crew kind of not able to do too much here, but in this compound, Yangon Galacticos have a much stronger foothold. In the meantime, Nongshim Red Force looking to try and change the tune towards TT Project up on that northern side, a little bit closer to that fight. Tiamba looking to take on Arena, who as well are in danger. All of our linchpin teams on the tables, Blank, are going hell for leather into the fight.
S-Power finding another over towards Hustler Crew, leaving them with just one player left alive. Jameson will have to try and make this one work, but he is stuck between most of the players from Godlike, and they are not going to give him an inch. E-Arena over towards Tiamba, very, very important fight for them. E-Arena also, despite what was an insane start to their day on day one, they have dropped down to 4th, and Hustler Crew will be the first team to leave us from Group B.
No longer will they be here in Paris. They have been rebuffed. The rest of the lobby did not allow them access. Godlike, the ones to deal the final blow to them, and they want to try and earn those points even further, get higher and away from that bubble position. In Group A, we saw the bubble being 88 points, but now it is going to go even further beyond. Etch making a mad dash in, and this could be another team joining. Hustler Crew on the northeast side. They crash, and they crash into Horror. Ida taking a chunk out of them, and it is just one player left now for Edge to try and cross the boundary.
For Edge, I don't know what the move was. I don't know what the play was either. We've been out in the blue for the longest time, still trying to find a way in. They played this game a little bit too slow, in my opinion, leaving them only with speed remaining. For TT Project, they honestly do not need to do a lot here to stay ahead. It will require one hell of a game here for speed to get through in towards survival stage, leaving Dopeness as the last chance.
Bulls taking a lot of damage, trying to roll around the hills, but keeping themselves nice and safe. Tiamba a little bit more at risk, and I think that this may just be a flush if Elementrix can find the right spot to spray down. E-Arena as well, looking to try and get the points earned and confirmed onto their tally to make sure that they're further away, because it is just so volatile. A single place going down, a single player getting lost diminishes your point scoring ability to the point where it could be tournament making or tournament breaking. A spray down from Schweppes, and he's adding it to the tally, but that's stolen away, maybe, from the Wolves.
Wolves would love any more points they can get here, keep them in the running. Now S2G, they moved away from Truck Stop. This is a really fantastic spot on the map to play, honestly, for S2G. Gives them a lot of control. They look down towards some of the low ground on that eastern side and can give them points off the back of it, which they're already looking for now. Getting knocked over towards Vitality. Wolves continue to pump those points there, move further and further away from the bottom three.
They keep increasing that buffer, but E-Arena not so lucky. They're taking damage. They tried to jump into the fight, but it's not going well. They try to move forwards, and they're playing as two. TT Project taking damage as well. Vitality eliminated. Tiamba are out of the running as well, but they may have done enough. Elementrix moving forwards. E-Arena going down here is a massive change in the tables. S2G, Horror, and Nongshim Red Force all with a bigger opportunity to take one of those top 5 spots. A Joker stands tall. The belt buckle on the floor.
They need to hold on here. Joker moves up. Elementrix moving off the back of the position, but more and more players coming through. This is going to be an incredible clutch if he can make it work, but Joker does go down.
A trade, a Norman turning away, the vehicle going up in smoke. E-Arena in danger. E-Arena right down to the wire. They do manage to pick up a point or two, but on 95 they are far from safe. A sliver of HP, and he swaps the vehicles out. Where can he go though? Where can he call home?
The teams underneath him, they all have better positions inside the circle. E-Arena forced to stop off at a shack here down towards the south side. Only real option they have. I'm more laughing at the fact that TT Project thought that their only way to stay in towards survival stage was to defeat Vitality of all teams. I mean, if it works, I guess.
A little pincer maneuver with Nongshim Red Force, who are one of the chasing teams as well, in 7th place. Moving in, the South Korean roster looking to try and turn on those afterburners. They do have a chance to make it work here. But they have TT Project to try and guard out. So many crucial battles happening, spanning the entirety of this leaderboard, Blank. It is so important for about 50% of the lobby as to what happens in the next 3 minutes.
Godlike still keeping it chill down towards the south side. Difficult push for them though. Yangon Galacticos watching over their every move. So how would they want to play this one out? There's still rich sides to work with. Denying those sight lines, but as we head over towards that northern edge, goodness me, you have the eyes of many teams looking your way. Alpha 7, I think, have done more than enough. However, it would require a gargantuan game to get into top 5, but I think they can be very pleased with their current position on the leaderboards. Wow. Circle centers up, and again, S2G, they just take the right maneuver at the right time. They knew they had the most control over truck stop when it happened, made an executive decision to move over towards this area of the map. Again, this is a winning spot.
And as you say, the decision to leave truck stop itself really is going to play well for them. That northeast side can get rebuffed. That's the arena. That's the arena down, Blank. The last player spotted. Ida, the ones to deal the final blow there, picking up a point for themselves and taking arena down. Now 95 points is a clear target for these teams behind them. And there is a tiebreaker between them and Godlike. There's Ida 1 point behind, 3 points behind for Aura and for S2G. And Nongshim Red Force with a chance to blow that one away as well here with a chunk of points and a big game for the South Koreans. It is just so deadly to be going down at a time like this.
Nongshim Red Force moving up from this compound means they'll have to put themselves in the sightlines of TT Project, but it's Alpha 7 actually waiting on the exit here. TT Project look to make the quick maneuvers. They move out in the convoy. They're taking a ton of damage as they move on in over towards S2G, holding the line.
And Nongshim Red Force chiming in as well. Another knock over towards Zerich, leaving 2 of TT Project alive on their bubble position. Dopeness wanting to stay alive in truck stop and try and surpass it. More damage is pouring on through. Alpha 7 looking to close the trap. And in comes the backup. There's Nongshim Red Force trying to wrap around behind, and the nades are brutal. TT Project on their last legs. Effect the last to stand. Now on a sliver of HP, the nades go long. He's just about able to dodge it. And with an S12K, he's got to hope and a dream.
Effect staying quiet, hoping Alpha 7 and Nongshim Red Force fight against one another first. Edge will have to move in across the road. The singular player still left alive here. Dopeness being the other problem, also having to leave soon too. Nongshim Red Force taking a little bit of damage, but it's S2G who bear the brunt of the pain. This is on a double split though, so there's 2 reses going off at the same time for S2G. They are so lucky that so many teams on the northern side are all fighting against one another. Gives them a brief opportunity of respite.
And it means that the sightlines for S2G were distracted, not in operation, and that's going to allow a little bit more maneuverability. Those reses have come through, and S2G are back into the fight. Alpha 7 crashing in, trying to take down Nongshim Red Force. There goes Effect. TT Project losing out on the more point-scoring opportunities here, and 36 points is the target for Dopeness, for maybe even Edge. So easy cruising around the sidelines, but Carrillo spots him underneath the vehicle, looks for the spray to confirm, but doesn't quite get enough damage. The nade over the top finds what they're looking for.
Alpha 7 looking to finish out strong here on the final day of group. But Hyunbin goes absolutely mental. Puts Alpha 7 in the Hyunbin, taking out the trash here at the end of the day. Nongshim Red Force, goodness me, Hyunbin's finally down, but Cleo, he is still up, still kicking. Alpha 7 still have life, but finally will leave.
Down they go. Nongshim Red Force down as well. No challenge there. Arena drop one spot because Horror flex out to get involved. They're going to get stuck in, pushing Arena down, and Horror are the first team to confirm themselves with Vitality because nobody else can pass them.
Goodness me, what an insane fight that was there. Carrillo really hanging on to hope right at the end versus Hyunbin. Horror though, making this cross a massive opportunity versus S2G. They left Kamikaze as the anchor once again towards the center. Godlike watching from a distance, patience.
And choosing their time to strike, Hamzy goes for face, but Sky rains down hell, and Hamzy hits the deck. A fall could be brutal for S2G's hold on a top 5 spot here. Horror looking to ruin the day. They're in right now, but Ida are across the way. They're a lot safer, and they have got more players alive and ready to take this fight.
Horror, they lose Sleepy, but it's okay. They're awake now, right now, in this game. Looking to put some more points on the cards. It's a difficult push-out for them. They picked the right opportunity, now looking for more. Godlike under pressure from the Wolves as they send over towards their position. They're playing this one slow, cautiously. Marnet, though, will find Sky. Jiggle up on high, though, drops the nade. Could be big, but they scatter.
Horror doing bits against Yangon Galacticos, but in the meantime, the Wolves are burning away on Godlike on the south side flank. They are going low, they are going down. Horror with the danger on the roll-up, but there goes the first, and no fear now. Last to stand for Horror, a chance to make it through, but Godlike are down to 1 on the south edge. The Wolves are going to fall, though, and Godlike get the points they need. They're over the line. They have made it to the top 5.
Admino with an insane clutch up versus the Wolves. Godlike hit 98 on an 8 elim game. S2G hanging on by a thread here.
No matter what, it's a Turkish team going in. The question is who? If you go down now, S2G, placements are going to flip this around. It's going to change things, and all for the worse, not to mention TT Project just dropped down.
Topnus make it in those last moments. They played slow from truck stop. They rolled in, they parked up, and they will be going through to the survival stage.
Speed with the opportunity to do one of the funniest things I think we could see. A chance to maybe push Topnus aside, but the placements are kicking in. Already 2 guaranteed, meaning you need at least 3 points, if not more, to try and close that gap on the overalls. And down go S2G.
Way.
They are out, and the placements are there for Ida. They are 3 points behind, and Speed could be there. Godlike get a 10th elimination as well, and put themselves into the triple digits. They're going for that 4th drive 107.
They hit the century. Centurions inside the lobby. These guys have been marching towards success between the beginning of the game. Speed moving up. Ida potentially backstabbed here by a player at the bottom of the rankings, preventing their approach into the top 5.
They've done enough, though. E-Arena is already going to go down, and there goes Etch. Our bottom 3 are locked on in, and Ida force E-Arena out of the top 5. Sure, you can break records, but you can't go the distance. You don't make it to the top 5.
Let's see how this game does end up, but we have our top 5 going through to the finals. Vitality, who have been a wealth of life spring here over towards Group B. Godlike with 100 points, hitting the triple digits, the only other team to do it. Horror underneath. S2G and Ida, 2 Turkish teams getting through to the finals in one group. This has been an incredible 2 days, John.
It has been so closely fought. It's been right down to the wire. It's just a matter of shutting this one out. Dopeness making it through by the skin of their teeth to join the survival stage is over the top. A lazy float over will be enough to shut down Marnet, and Yangon Galacticos will join that survival stage as well. Now Ida looking to rattle some skulls around the edge as they roll over the top here. Godlike looking to put the hurt down as they ascend.
Speaker low gets the first aid off though. Kenji potentially rezzed up here off in the distance. Ida trying to play around this little bit of terrain. Salmi has a nade, looks to throw it. Goes long, but not long enough.
Got another one. Wants to go a little bit further maybe, if he's got that read right. The cook looks pretty good, and it tags Lufa. Takes him very, very low. The smokes of Bloom to keeping Ida safe on their angles. There's a nade in response, and Lufa able to do what Salme couldn't and managed to clock that one. Amino was clutch before, but will he be clutch again here? A 1 versus 3 would be necessary, but down go Godlike. They have done enough though, Blank. They have made their way to those grand finals, and Ida looking to join them. Dopeness, are they gonna find it right at the end? A 1-2 punch against Ida. Speak out around the tree with the shotgun goes down, and Rita and Emre look to try and bring it to bear. They find what they're looking for. 3 chicken dinners today, and they make their way to join the top 5.
Taking half the map so far. Ida with a hell of a run here in Group B right at the end. But Vitality was insane. Godlike will join them in the 100 points club. But really, Ida has had a hell of a run.
What a resurgence from Turkey. S2G and Ida both putting pedal to metal when it mattered, and their metal was tested, and they proved themselves worthy of one of those direct spots to the grand finals, joining some of the best teams in the world. We've got to make a couple more spots available though, and that is for our survival stage teams, Blank.
The survival stage will be coming up very shortly. I know they are going to be some amazing matches because we still have some insanely strong teams going through to survival stage. It has been super down to the wire. This was so volatile towards the top. But goodness me, OG Godlike in the finals. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff.
What a glow up from India on the global stage. They have done so much improvement. They have found their feet and they are making waves. Nobody can deny their power now when it comes to PUBG Mobile. They have impressed, they have brought their best, and it is more than enough for us. More than enough for plenty of our players too. Nobody seems to be able to handle it.
Honestly, I thought that we were kind of locked in towards the bottom of the leaderboards as well, but there was a lot of changes going on there towards the end. Dopeness very much having the last little bit of gas in the tank to get them through. A TT project, it is a devastating result though.
Not making it. What can you do? What can you do for such prominent players with such storied history? It is difficult to bring it on through. Etch as well, having a real tough time of it. Speed trying to make the most of that final opportunity, but it just couldn't happen. That mad dash from the northeast ruining their chances. And they're going to join Hustler crew, who, to be fair, look pretty devastated themselves.
Yeah, not really able to get anything done during these matches, sadly. But again, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. We are just waiting to get on board with Barney shortly, but this is what everyone's excited to see. A Vitality to come out and crush some keys.
Oh, you can see the names inscribed there. They will be taking a tumble into the crusher fairly soon. We're making sure that that one is done. I feel like, you know, the big storyline over the course of all of this has been, of course, Vitality. And we are going to tune in with them down on the stage. Barney, over to you.
After an absolutely wild final map, watching Irina just slowly knock on down, that was absolutely insane. We obviously have our champions of the last 2 days of the group stage. Here in Group B, it is, of course, Team Vitality. Guys, what an impressive 2 days. Federales, let's have a chat, okay? Now, I wanted to ask, with yesterday being so impressive, such a great day for you guys, was today an opportunity to just try some new things and try out some new strats? Like, what was today like for you guys?
Yeah, that's definitely what we do right now today. We try new rotation, we try new gameplay, the way we try to fight more. Yeah, that's it.
That was it. Now, waiting for you guys in the finals next week, we obviously have some pretty heavy hitters, the likes of Four Thrives, Orangutan, Aurora Gaming. What are your thoughts going into next week? Who do you think is going to give you the toughest time?
I think that question is for Axel Zargel. So,
oh, okay.
Untuk tim yang ada di final tentunya kan ada Orangutan, ada juga Four Tribes dan juga tim-tim yang lain sudah lolos dari grup A dan juga grup B. Menurut kamu tim paling susah untuk dilawan di final kira-kira siapa sih? Apakah ada?
Ngomong Indo nih.
Ya.
Sekarang kita masih belum kebayang sih kayak lobby yang ada di final nanti. Cuma pasti bakal lebih keras daripada grup stage ini karena tim-tim yang masuk kan tim-tim yang terbaik kan.
For now, I have no idea because the final stage is not set yet. There's still like another teams that are gonna join them, but it's definitely gonna be harder for us to win because it's definitely gonna be the best of the best. Yeah.
We'll be the best of the best in that lobby. Federales, good dodging for that question. That was good. Right, okay, gentlemen, it's time to do the fun bit, the bit that everyone loves. Let's walk to the Crusher. And we've got a little bit of a ways to walk, so while we walk, let's have a quick chat. Federales, I'll continue to chat with you. Dude, earlier on today, while the desk were having a chat, some of the other pro players stopped by, namely Killer Joe from GOAT Team. He said, if they're going to play like this, Vitality may as well just be given the trophy at this point. How does it feel to hear something like that?
It feels good, but I hope we can do it in the finals too, so yeah.
Yeah, of course, you got to do it in the finals, guys. Right, I want you to go around to the back of this Crusher. I want you guys to line up for me. So everyone step up onto the step, please. This is the fun bit. Right, now we got to do a little bit of explaining. Let's set the scene here. 3 teams are being eliminated from the entire of PMWC right here, right now, by you guys, okay? We've got Hustler Crew. We've got TT Project, and we've got ETSH Esports. Look, this is the nature of the competition, but, you know, is there anything that you would like to say to those eliminated teams before we have to send their keys down?
Me?
Yes, you.
Nice try and better luck next time, I think.
Nice try, better luck next time. Okay. Would you like to press the button and open up the iris of the Crusher? 3, 2, 1. Nice and smooth, I like it. Okay, gentlemen, this is how the cookie crumbles. We're gonna pull on this lever and it's gonna crush the remaining keys. Would you like to give it a go? Who would like to do it? In 3, 2, 1, pull it! And there they go. Was that satisfying? Was that good? That was good. Satisfying?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, you gotta stop doing it, man. Come on. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. Now we're gonna have to do that obviously again next week. And of course, in the survival stage, plenty of PMWC action to come your way. Congratulations one more time to Team Vitality. What an incredible performance over the last 2 days. But we've got to break down everything we saw today on day 2 of Group B. Let's head back to the studio to do that.
A dominating performance out of Vitality in this past 2 days for Group B. PMWC at EWC 26. This squad was just looking different. You heard it there from Federales as well today. They were just trying different stuff because they didn't really have to try that hard with how they were able to perform in that first day.
No, they weren't. They had nothing to worry about, nothing whatsoever. I mean, even after 6 matches of all these teams really giving it their all and getting all those points and making some upsets on the leaderboard, which we'll get to later, but there was nothing that anybody could do. They were just far and above beyond. So really nice to see them kind of work on a few other things and try and figure out what they want to do for those finals.
Well, day 2 was just scrims, really.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. But something that we do need to note, as we were able to note it in the past, for India, step up, baby, because it's time for you to shine. You have 2 teams now in the grand finals and getting a chance to maybe, honestly, with the way they've been performing, to end up finishing in the top 5. They have Orangutan, they have Godlike, and boy, have these teams have performed well for India.
There were so many haters, so many doubters, and you know what? Doubters, I was one of them just a few days ago, but we were proven wrong. Orangutan, Godlike, stepping up and making it right into your grand finals. What a step up for the entire country here. And you know what? After their dominating performance, getting 2nd place in their respective groups, they can do it again. Who knows? Maybe a podium is on the line for India.
And there we have the teams that are already in the finals, gonna be waiting from group stages. 4 Thrives, OG, Aurora Gaming, Team Flash, Enigma Galaxy, Vitality, IDA Esports, Godlike Esports, Aura Esports, and S2G as well, Ace.
I mean, look, speaking of step-ups, IDA Esports, S2G, I mean, IDA getting 3 chicken dinners.
Ooh.
And I mean, this is absolute insanity. The way that they were able to go from, I think it was literally about like 15th, not 15th, I'm going to say
They were
13th.
pretty low. They were pretty low.
They were incredibly low on the leaderboard going in today. And now to have 3 chicken dinners, incredible stuff, especially moving into the finals. They finally found their footing and 108 points from them. This was so unexpected from this team, especially going from yesterday, where they just could not even get themselves any eliminations. And now you see them scouting teams, you see them obliterating teams, you see the way that they were able, especially in a spot, able to take on the likes of S2G and their positioning that they had in one of these zones. Incredible stuff from them.
Absolute Turkish domination today. 3 chicken dinners for Ida, consistent podium finishes from S2G, but we have to say there's one massive upset here on our screen.
Yep.
Arena. What happened after that initial record-breaking rondo? 39 points on a stadium finish, and after that, they just disappeared and fell out of the top 5. It's not like you have to be number 1, top 5, and they still couldn't make it. What happened to this team?
Neptura, more than 1/3 of their points in one match, but they ended up crumbling.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad because E-Arena was one of the teams I was really looking forward to seeing, and we just didn't see anything. Yes, we had a massive record-breaking rondo to start off everything, and you're right, they got 1/3 of the points. Well, where did they go? You said what happened? What did they do after that? The answer is nothing, Max. They did nothing.
Unfortunately, really nothing. Nongshim Red Force, I'm very sad. Day 2 didn't do much. They were very passive, not willing to commit to fights. I think Nongshim Red Force felt the pressure, very indecisive, but here we go. Third page, ETSH, TT Project, Hustler Crew going straight to the airport, straight to Charles de Gaulle. But Dopeness, that third party chasing down Horror after they were fighting onto Alpha 7. That was literally their lifeline at PMWC. They don't go for that big play. Chances are Dopeness do not make it to the finals, so good to see Japan will make it to that survival stage.
It's pretty dope of them. Sorry.
You did not just say that.
Pretty dope of them. No, but look, this is going to sound crazy, but TT Project, I really think people deserve it, right? Everyone deserves it. They deserve to be here, but I feel like TT Project was showing up in so many ways across the games, and I feel like they sort of deserve to go to that survival round with the way that they were playing. But I mean, sometimes it just takes, you know, we see from